Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. And I do have a members-only channel with a lot of perks for members, including weekly live workshops with a different manifesting topic each week, weekly live group coaching, a lot of exclusive content, monthly challenges for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, and a lot more. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website or to the membership channel. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to all of you who are manifesting your specific person, your SP, as we call it in the manifesting community, and are wondering, how can I manifest my SP fast? How can I speed up my SP manifestation? And I'm going to give you two practical tips, two practical pointers that in all my experience as a manifestor myself and also all my experience in coaching people and seeing what works and what doesn't, I have found that these two things tend to work the best and the fastest. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So I know that all those of you who are manifesting an SP, a specific person, are eager to manifest them very, very fast. This is very natural, of course, very normal. We all want our manifestations to come fast. And I can tell you from my experience, the number one reason why manifestations take a long time is because the manifestor, the person who is working on the manifestation, tends to waver a lot. If you tend to move from one state to the other a lot, all the time, this unfortunately has a direct effect on your manifestation in the sense that it tends to hold it back. It doesn't mean your manifestation is not coming. It doesn't mean that things are not moving behind the scenes. But the wavering between states tends to keep things stagnant for longer than necessary. And so what are the ways to speed up your manifestation of your SP and make your SP come in faster into your life or back into your life or step up or whatever each one of you is manifesting? As I said in my intro, I'm going to talk about two pointers that I have found out work the best and the fastest. Pointer number one, you want to make it easy on yourself. You want to make it simpler on yourself. You don't want to overcomplicate it. I can't tell you guys the number of times when I coach people and it's very, very obvious that they're overcomplicating everything. People often tend to take a lot of factors into consideration. I have this circumstance, I have that circumstance, I have this thing going on in the 3D. My SP said this, my SP said that, or they did that, or they didn't do that. Or their character and their personality is this way or that way, or they have this or that attachment style, and so on. And they tend to try to take all of that into account and feel that they have to resolve all of that, all of these factors that they're perhaps seeing as obstacles to their manifestation or as blocks to their manifestation. And so they end up being overwhelmed. They end up being confused. They end up not knowing where to go next or where to even start. And more often than not, people who do that, who overcomplicate things, tend to drown in their own confusion and stay unnecessarily stuck. And of course, with the whole overcomplicating thing comes the other culprit, which is overthinking. I have this factor, I have that block, I have that obstacle in my relationship with my SP. What do I do? How do I resolve that? How about that? What if that? And so on. The thing that you want to keep in mind, you guys, is that unfortunately, when it comes to manifesting, the more you overcomplicate things and the more you overthink things, trying to find solutions to this and a remedy to that, and how do I turn around this circumstance, and how do I make that turn around in my favor, and so on, you tend to overwhelm yourself and you tend to keep your manifestation at arm's length, which is the exact opposite to what you actually want. You want your manifestation to come in as fast as possible. So what is the remedy to that? Stop overcomplicating. Stop overthinking. Make it easy on yourself. How would you feel and who would you be as the person who has their SP right now? How would that inner security and inner safety feel like? How would that inner confidence of, yes, I have my person and I am loved by my person feel like? What would you be doing in your day-to-day life if your SP was in your life right now? Would you be spending your entire day pining over them? Probably not. Probably you would be giving yourself the fullest life possible. And you would be pursuing your other goals and your other interests in addition to your SP and outside of your SP. Would you be obsessing over your SP? Would you be stalking their social media? Probably not. Instead, you would be thinking about them in the most loving ways, in the most grateful ways, and in ways that are truly aligned with actually having your SP. That state of, I have them, they're mine, I have nothing to worry about. So the less you complicate things, you guys, the easier things are going to come. The easier you're going to find it also to not waver from state to state and to maintain a good single-minded state of mind and state of being. And of course, this in turn is going to set things into motion much, much faster in the 3D. So it's a win-win situation all around. And it's in your best interest to stop overthinking, stop overanalyzing, stop overcomplicating, and make it easy and simple on yourself. Manifestation doesn't have to be complicated. As a matter of fact, it works best when you keep things simple and easy. The second pointer that I wanted to touch on today is being loving and feeling loving towards your SP. And I have talked about that in other videos in the past, because I hear it a lot from people, things like, I love them so much and they're not reciprocating. I'm so in love with them and I do so much for them and I get nothing in return, or I get very little in return, or I get breadcrumbed. I can tell you guys that once you start diving in a little deeper with these people, the majority of these cases are people who are still in a dominant state of dwelling in their insecurities and dwelling in their fears. And what they call love towards their SP is either an unhealthy obsession, or it's them doing things for the other person, for their SP, with the expectation that their SP will then reciprocate. In other words, they're not doing things out of pure and genuine love. They're doing something to get something back. That, you guys, is not actually pure love. That is insecurity and fear masquerading as love. That is all ego, wanting reassurance and wanting validation, and we give it the label of love. When I'm talking about love, pure, genuine love, at least to the extent that a human being can feel that, I'm talking about the kind of love that first of all originates in being very, very grounded in your sense of self and who you are, being grounded in your own self-love, and from there, you are going to be able to feel much healthier feelings of love and of compassion and of giving towards everyone else in your life, including, of course, your specific person. So genuine love towards your SP doesn't mean that you are doing things with the anticipation and the expectation that they're going to have to give back to you because of what you did for them. If you are genuinely prompted to do something for them out of the love of your own heart, by all means do it. But if it's coming from pure love and pure intention, you're probably not doing it with an agenda in mind. You're not buying them the most expensive gift on their birthday, for example, in anticipation that this is going to buy you commitment from them. Instead, you do something heartfelt on their birthday. Of course, that is just an example, but you do something heartfelt, something coming out of your heart, just because this came out of pure and genuine love. Not because you are hoping that this is going to buy you a certain reaction, a certain interaction, certain words, or a certain next step from them, and so on. Also, the other thing to keep in mind is that if you're dwelling in states of resentment towards your SP, states of anger, states of jealousy, states of they're ignoring me, they're rejecting me, and so on, these, you guys, are the opposites to being in states of love. The thing you want to keep in mind is that love and lack don't go together. They never go together. So if you're coming from states of lack, like the ones I just described, this excludes at that moment in time being in states of love towards your SP. Thinking of them in genuine, loving ways. caring about them in genuinely loving ways, being genuinely and truly and purely compassionate towards them, seeing their point of view and being able to honor it and accept it and appreciate it. As I said, this all originates in self-love. If you are able to have a grounded sense of self, and if you are able to be rooted and grounded in self-love, you're going to find it much, much easier to be genuinely loving towards your SP without an agenda. And here's the little secret. This is when miracles start to happen. Because as I always say, your energy is felt at the subconscious level. And if your energy is true and pure love without an agenda, your SP is going to feel that. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to reciprocate without you asking for it. They're going to feel irresistibly attracted to you, and they're going to come in wanting to give you what you want because you are in a genuinely loving state towards them. Not in a state of pretending to them and to yourself that you are giving them love when all you're trying to do in actuality is that you're trying to buy certain reactions and a certain kind of response from them. So these two things, you guys, keep them in mind. Pointer number one, make it easy and simple on yourself. Don't overcomplicate, don't overthink, don't overanalyze. And pointer number two, act as much as you can from a purely and genuinely loving state towards your SP. If you follow these two things, chances are that your SP manifestation is going to be sped up exponentially. And you're going to start seeing results perhaps even much sooner than you even anticipated. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.